Going live. And we are live. Hi, my Book of Face friends. It is Trudy, Australia's happiness coach, cat enthusiast, and champion maker of biscuit snowballs. Just in case you didn't know. Today I want to talk about shifting your perception and creating more happiness in your life because having lived the life I've lived, I've realized happiness can be that available and that close. A simple shift in perception. The symptoms of what is unhappy and not working in your life are just that. They are symptoms of something that is going on at a deeper level. They are not the true problem. And I know this because I spent years self-medicating, self-harming, making very, very destructive choices, sabotaging my retail career on more than one occasion, um, and thinking that those were the problems in my life and those were the reasons I wasn't happy, funnily enough. But they were symptoms. They weren't the indicator of what was really going on inside me, deep inside my heart. Which let's face it, and I know that there's going to be so many people out there that will get this. There was self-worth issues. Like I did not feel worthy of the things that I desired for my life. I just didn't think I was allowed to have them. Um, I had unaddressed abandonment issues. Unfortunately, due to my parents' divorce when I was quite young, my father being very absent when I really needed my father there, or turning up and not being a positive role model. Let's put it that way. I had huge self-worth issues, self-love issues. Self-love didn't exist. I had huge amounts of religious trauma. And I grew up with a victim mentality because I didn't know there was any other way to think. That I just thought life just happened to me. Like I was helpless in it all, that I had no power. Now, as a small child, and this is why it's important to go back and rewrite the meaning that you put on things that have happened to you growing up. As a child, there was there was a level of non-autonomy in my life because parents and teachers and, older people are always in charge. But we're grown-ups now. And what we need to do is shift our perception. If we're not happy, that shift of perception will allow happiness into our life. Because if you look at the symptoms and go deeper and be honest with yourself, is it self-worth? Is it abandonment? What's causing my addiction? What is the addiction that I might have filling inside me? What is the true void in me that needs love and care and nurturing and attention? What is actually missing? Because I spent, most of my 20s and going into my 30s going out and partying and doing drugs, doing the drugs because that allowed me to feel good, going out and partying. Hey, I love the music and I love dancing, but the community that came with it, the acceptance, the ability to show up as who I was, and for those nights on the dance floor, to let go any shame and judgment I had about who I was in my past, though that was really powerful, but there was a level of addiction to the chemical side of it. Now this is awesome because I can go out, I can party, I can be a part of the most amazing community. And Sinnan's here, going out to the trip party to the girls on decks night on Saturday night. But I don't need the chemical high to support that to have a good time because I have the happiness and the self-worth and the self-love to be able to go out and enjoy it without that. So I can love the community without the chemical because the symptom of what I'm attempting to fulfill or was attempting to fill with drugs is no longer there. So I really want you to think, what perception do I need to shift in my life to allow myself to be happy? What are the symptoms that are showing up? Now, one of the huge things that I work with and I teach now is looking at spiritual law and spiritual practice. And I could rattle off a whole heap. I've actually made some notes here. You know, am I at cause? Am I at effect? So when I'm at cause, I'm taking radical responsibility for what's happening and I'm choosing my happiness. I'm choosing the things that make me happy instead of being at effect and waiting for people around me to give me permission or to give me happiness. I'm very aware of my vibration, the frequency. I choose activities and things in my day to allow me to vibrate at a higher frequency. So the law of vibration. Now, the law of circulation was always was a really interesting one for me when I was looking at happiness and shifting perception around that, because I grew up feeling a huge amount of lack. There wasn't enough money for extras and toys and new clothes and to get all of the popular things that all the popular kids had. So, life taught me to hold things really tight and really close. What is mine is mine. And, I'm a generous person at heart, but even in moments of generosity, there was this pull of like, but it's really mine. And what if I never get any of this back again? And it was really hard to share. So the law of circulation is about joyfully sharing and giving and spending and circulating what you have with the divine expectation that it'll come back to you threefold. So anything shared and given in that joyful moment will return to you. So shifting your perception around giving and sharing will definitely allow more to come back. But the symptoms for me, holding it in tight and close, was there was fear. There was fear of lack and fear that I'd never get it back. And maybe I'd fluked these things that I'd created in my life. And by holding on really tight, so you can feel that underlying panic energy, right? So that's not helpful. That's not going to create happiness in your life. Now, what else have I got? The law of correspondence, which is one of my absolute favorite spiritual laws. Excuse me. As above, so below, as within, so without, as the universe, so the soul. So understanding this, that shifting that, letting go of the fear, allowing in the self-love, allowed more of that to be reflected back to me in my day-to-day life. I am now surrounded by the most amazing people. I'm so grateful for everyone watching this live, for everyone who shows up on my Facebook posts and gives them love and comments, for my family, my friends, and because I have this love and I have this deep love for myself that's growing every day, and I choose happiness. I choose to do things that bring me joy. I choose to shift my perception if something shows up that might not feel that great or feel like a challenge, and I shift my perception and I look at my spiritual law and I practice gratitude and appreciation. I can't help but be happy. And it works that way for all of us. Happiness is so close for all of you. It's a little shift in perception. It's understanding the spiritual laws. It's giving yourself permission. And it's being very aware if things are showing up for you. Don't judge the things as they show up. See them as an opportunity to look a little deeper and find out what's really going on, so then you can let it go. Happiness is that close. Now, if you need support, come talk to me. Of course, I can help you with that. After years of being depressed and miserable, unhappy, self-harming, self-loathing, like all of the self-negative things, I've walked the path. And I know that it can happen. I know that you can make the change. I totally believe in you. So, hang on, here's my thing. It's not working. There we go. There's some love for you. I want to, that was awkward and clumsy, wasn't it? I want to give you all some love today. It's Friday. The weekend's coming. Give yourself some time to just be at peace with you. Shift those perceptions. Look at symptoms as something that you can clear, that you can work with, because it shows up as a symptom and blah, blah, as a symptom. I was going to say Simpsons then. If it's showing up as a symptom and you can recognize it, you're ready to heal it. That's what I 100% believe. All right, my beautiful Book of Face friends. Any questions, let me know. If you need some one-on-one help with this, I've got space for a few more one-on-one clients. We can do little single sessions. We can do a bigger sort of thing depending on where you're at. I love you all. And I think that's it. Wow, I haven't practiced really a closing thing. So it's over and out from Australia's happiness coach. I love you. You are worthy. You are a divine gift from God on this planet. Mwah. You are beautiful. And I will be back to talk to you all again soon. And tag a mate if somebody needs to see this, or feel free to share it. Let's spread happiness. I think I'll end it there. Alrighty. Bye, everyone.